What is up, mates? My name is Ragoline, and welcome to the October's podcast, which is, who would know, on the topic the warning. So the entire podcast is about the warning. The previous one from the September was about music in general, but now I want to talk about the band, which used to be, I can't even say my very favorite band, but they were, I don't know, well, first of all, they were one of the main topics of these YouTube channel, you see, and eventually it changed. Eventually it brought me 300, more than 300 subscribers. I can't even, I don't know, 300 is not even such a big number, but at the end of the day, I think it's great. It was an amazing experience, but I'm glad that I decided back in the day, not to try being a YouTuber. You see, I mean, now at this situation in Russia, it's not possible to be a YouTuber. Not even saying to be a YouTuber, English speaking YouTuber. So I would have to move abroad somewhere, but I don't know, I'm much happier here. So yeah, the warning. Several subtopics. How it all started for me, how I fell in love with the band, my opinion of the girls, the warning now, and speculations on the warning in the future. So let's begin with the first one, how it all started for me. It was a day in the year 1998. I was born. No, to be, I don't know. It was such an experience, you see. The first time I met the band was, I heard the band was when they didn't even have their first album, but I didn't know what they were, so it was when I was playing a Rock Band 4, and there was the song Free Falling, and I loved this song really much, but I didn't care about the band that played the song. The warning, like, in what? There were so many bands there in the game, so I didn't care at all. But at the end of the day, when I started drumming, I learned the song, and it is really cool to play Free Falling, just because, I don't know, interestingly played with the toms, the floor tom, the first, the second. It is so cool to play it like this, and in Rock Band 4 it is being played, I don't know, boringly. Boringly, let's say like that. And so after that, after I began listening, or after I began drumming myself, I decided to see what the band is, and right then they released their second album, so I found out about the band. I think maybe Well, I started listening to the band maybe a week before they released Queen of the Murder Scene, or maybe a day after they released something like this, and it was amazing. I mean, I genuinely loved their first album, 21st Century Blood. Yeah, I was trying to remember. So stupid. Anyways, um, I still adore their first album so much. I think still music in the first album is the best ever. I mean, maybe. Well, well, yeah, I wanted to say, like, if somebody asks me if I choose Sum 41, I mean, all the albums of Sum 41 or the first album of The Warning, I would choose the first album, The Warning. No, no, because Sum 41 has so much more songs. Yeah, I would choose them. I mean, sorry. Um, Anyways, yeah, their first album, and actually, at first I didn't like the extended play, Escape the Mind, but after a while, I was listening to it more and more, and I found myself loving the extended play. There are 6 songs, including Escape the Mind, just the piano version, but still, I am just into it so much. And the first album is so great. I mean, I don't really like Exterminated, even though when I was not analyzing, reviewing the drums, if I'm not mistaken, I found out that the drums were just great, really great. But again, I mean, it's fine. I mean, the song is the worst in the album, but is fine among all the songs in the world. I don't know if it makes sense, but still, yeah, and I think that was the moment when I fell in love with the band. I mean, I loved it so much. I I enjoyed every song of theirs. Then the second album, Crimson Queen. Well, yeah, I said a couple times that Crimson Queen is my favorite album ever. It's not really true, I think, now. However, I can't say which album is my very favorite. I think that Crimson Queen is still, well, yeah, 13 Voices by Sum 41. I like it more, but still, again, listen to me, listen me out. That Crimson Queen has its story, and you can follow this story, and it is so cool, it is so amazing. You can have so much fun by following the story while listening to the music, and it is just great. I love when songs have their stories. I am like into it. And yeah, the first album, music in the first album is, in my opinion, much better, but at the end of the day, I still think that the second album, Crimson Queen, is better. No. There is the best album when you talk about the music. It's the first one, definitely. 21st Century Blood is just, oh, something astonishing. I can't even I can't even say more. I guess I guess even comparing to the 13 Voices by Sum 41, it is still better if you look through the prism of minor music, because 21st Century Blood is kind of minor, even though there are songs that rock and stuff. They are still about, such things like love and death, like, I don't know, depression at some point. Like, if you keep listening to 21st Century Blood, you, not that you feel depressed, feel more depressed, no, but you feel the atmosphere of the album, and it's really minor. It's definitely not a major album, but yeah, like, music and its quality in 13 Voices I like more, but if we compare those two, I think subjectively I'm gonna go for 21st Century Blood, just because there are, well, kind of many songs, and I think each one of them means kind of a lot for me personally. It's weird. But still, yeah, their second album is great. Music is very good. Story is brilliant. And again, in the 13 Voices, there is a story behind the album, but I mean, story begins, ends, and that's it. It's like with with Marvel's Spider-Man. You can watch my video reviewing Spider-Man movies. Anyways, yeah. So I love the second album. I think it's great. Crimson Queen is amazing. Story there is, yeah, it's definitely my favorite album among all of the music in the world. But I mean, the story, I love that it is a bunch of great songs in a single great story which circles itself, you see. And again, the first album, music in the first album is better in my opinion, but there isn't a single story. There is a story in this song. I made a video about that. How's that called? Well, let me see. So yeah, again, on one hand, I love the first album more. On the other hand, I love the second album even more, but for different reasons. And that's why, I mean, again, that's why The Warning is great. They are some kind of vague, you see. Albums. 21st Century Blood. I need 21st. No, not in Russian. 21st century blood. A few weeks ago, I listened to the entire The Warning. Oh my god, I had such great emotions, such great experience, such great feelings. I haven't had those from listening to music for, I want to say, yes, but it's not really true, but you know what I mean. I found myself like really still loving the band. Okay, the name of the song is no, when I'm alone. No, not when I'm alone, but no, a copper bullet, of course. I wouldn't have remembered it if I haven't had, if I hadn't looked at the songs from the album. All right, so yeah, I really love the band. I really love music of the band, and then after several years, they signed a label and released their third album. That was such a kind of day. It was such a period of time. But for me, personally, it was the time when I kind of, how's that word? I want to say I felt nothing for the band, but it's not that. I loved their Mayday extended play, Mayday. However, from the third album, like there were songs from the Mayday and other songs from the third album era, yeah. And I didn't like these songs. Like, I think I made a video about that, and I said, "Whoa, cool songs." I didn't like them at all, and that's when I cut my love for that band. Like, Mayday was the end for me, for like my feelings for The Warning. And still, listening to their music brings me so much joy. I don't know, I think listening to Foo Fighters it brings me really a lot of joy, but I don't know, it feels different. You know, like there is a band that everyone loves, like Foo Fighters, and there is a small band and only a few people love them. It's The Warning. And that's why, like, you're listening to Foo Fighters for, I don't know, 10 years, and then you listen to The Warning and you cry so loud just because, like, yeah, it happened. You listened to them and you felt it, and it was just great. I don't know. So yeah, that's my feeling for the band. I adore them really much, but like on this channel I can't keep following them, so yeah, this is perhaps my, no, I don't think that it's the last video podcast, call it however you want, about the warning, like Ragoline talking about the warning. No, I don't think that is the last time. However, it might be, just because, well, I'm not following them, and like they will have their fourth album. Great, I'm happy for them. I'm happy for the fans, but in Russia they are the forbidden band, and so yeah, I don't wanna even talk about that. Anyways, it's great. My opinion of the girls. Talking about the girls, well, I adore them. I used to really like them. I mean, now I'm married and I kinda don't care about other girls. I think if you are married, you understand me. But, I mean, they are pretty. They are beautiful. Yeah. Um, let's go from the oldest one to the youngest one. Daniela. I like Daniela a lot. And I think she's the most beautiful girl of them, of three of them. No offense. I think she is cute. Well, yeah, I made a video, Cuxia, at some point, yeah. So you can find it, well, and see. So I think girls were there. Anyway, yeah, she is very cute, all the stuff, but I mean, she's the leader of the band, and she is workaholic, maybe. I think that she always tries to achieve, not something, but maybe some stability, maybe, I don't know, something like this. I hope she is happy and will be happy at the end of the day, at the end of the band, maybe with some man. I'm kinda curious what their husbands will be. However, I wonder who of them marries first. Alright, anyways, the second one, Paulina. Yeah, kinda. Paulina. She is sexy. She is like, yeah, it isn't good for me to say, but I used to imagine her even before my wife. I used to imagine her in bed, kinda. I don't wanna even look at you. I hope you're just listening to this podcast, not looking at me. And so I think she is really good in bed in a sexy way, you know. Well, at least I thought about that, and yeah, alright. Let's skip that. Again, Daniela is definitely good at that too. Okay, that's the end. So now, Paulina's skills. She's very, very skillful. I mean, she's kind of talented. She likes to improve herself. She likes to improve her skills. and you can see it, and uh, you can understand it when you think about that she's a middle child, and all the middle children are like that. They don't get enough attention because the youngest one gets the most attention and the oldest one gets the um, admiration. I guess it's the best way to kind of describe what the oldest sibling gets. But the middle one gets nothing, just because they are not the oldest or the youngest. They just there. So she had to kind of show everyone that she is she is better than everyone thinks. She became a really, really great drummer. I mean, she drums damn so good, and she sings really good. I mean, my admiration for Paulina, I think, is the biggest from the Villarreal sisters. Uh, Again, I like Daniela for different reasons. Yeah, but my admiration is definitely for Paulina. It's just, I don't know, I want to clap, but it's kind of late in Kaliningrad. Anyway, and then we go to Alejandra, who is, I don't know, she's kind of shy. She's kind of too shy. She almost doesn't sing. She plays bass, and everyone knows that bass is something that you almost can't hear. Even though I used to play in a band, I used to, well, I know how much bass means to rock bands. So, yeah, everything's great. So I can't say that Alejandra gets some, you know, attention from me, just because she. No, yeah, everything that I can say here will somewhat make somebody feel or think better of me. I don't want it. Yeah. So I admire Paulina a lot. I like Daniela a lot. And with Alejandra, I don't feel anything. My wife, though, likes Alejandra the most. She thinks that Alejandra is the most elegant, and I agree. But, I mean, they're rock band, they're rock, how's that called? Players? No, rock musicians. So, kinda, elegancy is not what you should think of the rock in the rock band, you see. But I mean, all the VRL sisters and their parents is just great. I mean, their parents, they did such a good work to let such a band be built. I don't know. I kind of admire them even more than I admire Paulina. I guess like that. Mm-mm. Oh, in this year I won't say about that. I will say next month. So, well, if you watched to this moment, I will be a father. So their parents, they did such good work. I mean, it's great. I want to be such a great parent too. um, okay, yeah, that was the first time I said that I'm gonna be a father on this channel. I wonder, will there be a moment when I show my child on a podcast? I wonder. I wonder a lot. Anyway, let's move to the next fourth subtopic, the warning now. To be honest, I have no idea what they are doing now. I mean, again, I'm not following them. I can't even follow them because I live in Russia, and in Russia they are forbidden for some reason. I have no idea why. I think they are working on the fourth album, and perhaps they are working a lot on that. Maybe just gathering some ideas, maybe already recording it, but still, yeah, and they are doing a good job. Maybe I know. I remember somebody told me that I have a girlfriend who looks like a boyfriend. That I what? No, okay. Yeah, still. Somebody told me that they were in a advertisement of Pepsi in Mexico, which is truly great. I mean, not they were, but their song "Money," I think, was in the advertisement, which is great. I mean, it is one of the biggest achievements of theirs, and still, well, yeah, they are a pretty big band, but still they aren't as big as I want to say Foo Fighters again. I don't remember. They play for Fight? I mean, before Foo Fighters. How's that called? Like give a pre-show, something like this. Or the Foo Fighters drummer passed away already back then. I don't remember, unfortunately. But yeah, the girls are just great. The band is amazing. I want to listen to the fourth album when it comes out. But again, my heart belongs to the first one, and my mind belongs to the second one. And the third one is kind of twisted because one half of the songs from the third album are just great for real, and the second half is I can't say bad, but I don't like them kinda at all. So that's the warning now for me. I hope that they get even more, that they get higher. I hope that everything will be great for them. And let's move to speculations on the warning in the future. What can I say? Speculations on the warning in the future. Well, I hope that I am wrong, because I want to say that I think in the future they won't get higher than they are now. I mean, advertisement in Mexico is the highest point that they got. They signed a label, but and everything. They released their third album, but I can't say that it gave them something really, really big. And I don't think that they will get to the, again, Foo Fighters level. Something there. I mean, even Sum 41 didn't get to Foo Fighters level. But still. And the girls, I hope, truly, really hope that they, well, first of all, that they're happy. And second of all, that they will get to the point, at least that they want to get to. Because I kinda understand it. Back in the day, I wanted to play in a band and be on a concert and play on a concert. And I played. And that's the highest peak where I got. Again, I wanted to release an album, but we didn't do it. Well, kinda sad. That's it. It's not such a big deal. For the girls, I hope a lot for the girls. I hope they get everything they want to get. Yeah. I am not sure if I can say something more. Again, yeah, I will be a father. And I can't say that I want my children to be musicians. No, I mean, I want my children to be who they want to be. It's not that I want them to be, I don't know, doctors to treat me, my MS and stuff. No, I want my children to be happy. I want everyone to be happy. I'm not talking that way because I want to cry and I'm about to cry. No, I just, yeah, I have eaten. Actually, it would be great for me to make a podcast about parenting this month, but I will have such a podcast next year, in March perhaps. The child will be born somewhere in between March and April, so either it's the end of March or the beginning of April. We'll see. Would be fun to see my child being born on the 1st of April. April's Fools. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, the warning. I mean, really, I'm not listening to music a lot lately, but listening to the warning, if somebody asks me, do you want to listen to the warning, I'd say yes, definitely. The same with Foo Fighters, but I mean, lately I've been listening to Foo Fighters just when I have time, when I'm shaving or stuff. But I don't know. I love listening to the warning. One of the greatest bands alive. I mean, greatest bands ever. Um, Again, I think for me they are on the third place. Like Foo Fighters, first place, Sum 41 the second place, The Warning the third place. But Sum 41's latest album, like the last one of them, is kind of, I don't want to say bad, but I didn't like it. And I didn't like The Warning's third album, well, second half of the third album, the same way. So perhaps, well, at least Foo Fighters getting the first position in my list is great. I mean, yeah, it's definitely my favorite band. And The Warning, second or the third place. I don't know, I can't say for sure. I'm just finding myself sometimes that I love the band much more than Sum 41 especially when I'm listening to them and I'm having the feelings that I'm perhaps supposed to have listening to them. And at the same time, I can feel the same way with Sum 41. But Sum 41 is more rock and kind of punk, when The Warning is more minor. Well, they rock as well, obviously, but still. And at the end, I want to say that, yeah, I kinda can't tell if they are higher than Sum 41 or not, but they are just on their third album, almost fourth one, and Sum 41 is done. They had 8 albums, and that's it. And just how amazing is that? Like when The Warning is not even on their halfway to the retirement. Well, comparing to Sum 41, obviously. But still, I love the band. Still do. Thank you very much for watching this podcast. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please press the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet, and maybe leave a comment down below. I would really appreciate that. Have a nice life, mate. Bye.